And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six as the Garthimi. We got a pretty large, happy city here. We've got just over 4.5 thousand people in the city. Our next batch of noble promotions comes at 6k, so if I can succeed at doing it, I'm going to try to grow the city up to 6,000 during this stream. We've got a decent amount of food coming in. So we've got enough to feed 900 plus another 300, or actually no. I'm doing the divide by 2 the wrong way around. I get 2 times that, so 3,600 plus another 12. Yeah, so with the current food rationing, we have enough to feed twice the city. I can feed the entire city twice over. One of the things we were potentially tempted to do is turn up food servings to help with health. So I think I'll probably do that, and we'll continue growing regardless. In the last one, at the end of the last one, we negotiated a peace, and part of that peace allowed us to get trade deals with pretty much, I think, everyone. So we've got, do I have trade with you, for example? Yeah, I think there's three we don't have trade with. So we've got no trade with you, no trade with you, no trade with you. Although this is the big one that we probably want to get if we were to expand our trading capacity or our diplomacy capacity. This is the one we probably want to get trade deal with. We've got trading with this one. Trade, 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 and trade. So it's only the bottom 3 we don't have trade with here. Now, in some cases, this might not necessarily be very sustainable. We currently have a massive temporary bonus from peace treaty, so that's going to go away. So we're not going to be able to keep all of this. Oh, I don't have trade with you for whatever reason. Oh no, I do have trade with you. Your colleague. That's what's going on. I think these sorted by opinion. No, they're just rudely sorted in a way. So colleague, trade, an ally, and a colleague. Although all these are going to be, all of these are being busted by the peace treaty. So as the peace treaty wears off, these guys are all going to turn sour. So in the meantime, we want to generate as much revenue as we can from our trade. So we want to open the trade gates. We want to generate revenue because we have ways of potentially dealing with some of these problems, right? So this guy, for example, we can snap our fingers, make him disappear for about 3.4 million. We could actually afford to do that. We don't really want to do that right now with this guy. But that's the thing to remember with the other ones is we could just pay them. In some of the smaller ones we can probably just pay off. Or the smaller ones are just weak enough, like this guy we can probably fight once our army's regenerated. Yeah, so one's a 1-province minor. The 1 provinces are within sort of our buying range. So if we can get enough money flowing, we can potentially buy out the other people. So the way I'm thinking we're going to be going about doing that is right now we've only got 4 mercenaries. Of the goods that we are good at producing, let's think about this from a racial standpoint. Properties, not properties. Species list here. The Garthimi are not very good at a lot of things. They're not absolutely terrible, although we're the worst at pastures. Let's ignore pastures. Let's ignore the extraction industries that we're not very good at. We're not particularly good at most of the production industries. We're not great tailors. We're not great mechanics. We're not great paper makers. We are, in fact, we are outside of the cantors. We are the best masons. So we've got a very good opportunity here to make stone, cut stone, sell it on the world market. And the more money we have, the more we can potentially deal with the people slowly turning sour. Out on the world market, or out on the world, the other thing we can try to do is, at the moment, I have been, oh no, I apparently haven't done it here. That's a bad example. Here's an example of what we're normally doing. We've been massacring all the populations that are not not friendly when it comes to humidifiers. At -6 is pretty horrendous from a loyalty standpoint. It's probably a good way to think about it. So if I mend the taxes, or actually, does tax actually be counted in here? Don't think so. But yeah, what we could do is we could try adding a bunch of benefits. For example, I think we can... won't be able to do it here, obviously, but we could try to max out police on this run if I find an appropriate city to show what I'm talking about. The police have 4 levels. At max level, if we get all of them, that'll be a point, or 4.2 loyalty across the entire empire. And that is almost enough to overcome the humidifiers. Humidifiers are sitting between 4 and 6, I think, as a negative. And if we're going to do away with that, and we do away with that everywhere, I think we can make people happy enough that we can stop massacring them. And that will help with the foreign diplomacy. That's actually one of the things that's kind of miffing everyone else off. Right? Take that happiness there. Half of the unhappiness, or basically the positive is being halved to get the number because of the kin treatment there. So if we can stop being evil, or less evil, if we can be less evil, that'll rapidly recover across all the people, and there's a lot more places we'd be able to negotiate with. Even if we just start doing it selectively, like if we just say, hey, this guy we got up to 1.4 to trade with them. We only need them 1.5. If we stop massacring their kin, we can pull back on the flattery and still have 1.5, and then we can spend that elsewhere. So, for example, maybe we decide we are going to make sure all the Talapi are happy. Which means we need to provide enough happiness that we can not have rebellion by kicking them out, or by letting them back into all the places. And that's not necessarily going to be easy, but I think that's something that could be done. Right, here we're rocking 8.5. So the 4 nationwide for our getting the police system up would basically cover about half of that. It might be a little hard to get it the rest of the way. What's the biggest bonus for Talapi, for example? Talapi, for example, like the fighting pit, right? So if we were to say, okay, for a big city like this, we'd have to go pretty high. We'd have to go like 4. Which wouldn't be doable everywhere necessarily, but in the smaller places we can probably get away with less. But yeah, if we can get enough workforce out that we can do like Fighting Pit, or Fighting Pit 3 or Fighting Pit 4 everywhere, we could, for example, stop massacring all the Talapi. But yeah. So I think the first thing we need to do, the first thing I want to do is I want to be expanding our stone production, right? So export depot, we currently have 4 export depots set up. 1 exporting stone, 1 exporting excess livestock, 1 exporting excess pots, and 1 exporting excess paper. What I think I should do is I should first put a price floor on these. So we're going to be pretty aggressive with exporting these, but we don't want to completely dump into the trade value. And so 90 per cut stone. That's a surprising price drop based on the people we're negotiating with, but that we can work with that. We also consume a decent amount of cut stone in our construction. What is my export level here? 25% of our warehouse is 1.2k. Let's double that. Let's go up to 2.4k. Let's do half the stockpile. I might turn that down because I think I'm about to go build another cut stone warehouse, and we want it like 2,000 in storage, not necessarily 50% of the storage. Same sort of thing. I think 50% here on the livestock is fine. So we just want to put a price floor in this so our livestock isn't going for complete dirt cheap. Let's set it to 20. I suspect the price will be stable at 20. Whether the export stays stable is a different problem. Pots, same sort of thing. I probably don't need 5k pots sitting around. Let's drop the limit to say like 2,000 again, which based on our current storage, 40% of the warehouse. Okay, and then we'll put a price floor, or we're gonna price floor on here. It's set at 76. I'm actually gonna turn that up and set that at 80. We're not gonna expand any of these productions right away. And then I think 2,000 paper again is a reasonable paper target. Maybe a little below 2,000. Yeah, a little bit 2,000 works. And then, yep, price target here. I think we'll do just below the lowest value of the people we trade with. So we'll set it at 90. Okay, so we've got 4 different things set up to auto trade. I'm not going to auto trade fabric because I'm probably more likely going to want to expand either clothing, and probably clothing would be the thing we'd export. We're gonna do something in that chain and be clothing we'd be exporting, or we'd be expanding the embassies so we can do more diplomacy. So I've got about 80 free per day. So that's probably enough for one embassy. Yeah, we could put another embassy in. Like, let's before we unpause, let me put that embassy in. Like so. And then, like the other embassies, we're gonna have it go grab a Sithilon hauler to drag the Sithilon over to it. Yeah, of course, Sithilon is another good that we have quite large quantities that we probably want to set up an export for. It wouldn't even be that hard to expand the Sithilon mine and assign more miners to mine it. In fact, I think we've got 2 mines. Yeah, we got a place for a second mine as well. So I want to set up an export depot so we start exporting the Sithilon. Unlike the Dondorians we were doing in the last run, the Garthimi here like mining it, but they don't want to hoard it. So we can export it pretty happily. On that side, let's put the make the export depot a little bit bigger. Go that size for the export depot. Got some pretty good furniture here. Do I want to expand the Sithilon mine? That'll take the Sithilon mine offline while I do so. Yeah, let's expand the Sithilon mine. Okay, so I'm going to refurbish the room. Okay, so it's going to employ up to 381 workers, so we'll have to bring more workers in to work it, and I obviously then need to expand the auxiliaries to support it. Squeeze things in where we can. That'll work. Yeah, it works. Get one in here. Or we can get a few in here. I'm willing to squeeze them in a little bit. Oh, that guy's actually on a perfectly fine spot. Put it there. Yeah, it works. And I got this area over here, so I've definitely got space in this mine. We get the thing maxed out. Oh, needs to be a little quicker than that. There we go. And then, yeah, the next thing we'll do... So, I was going to do Cut Stone, but we're going to do Sithilon first, as an expansion. We're going to bring the workers in to work this. This is going to be what we do to make productive use of our people. So we're going to hit Construct on that, and we're going to finally unpause. Clear the space, bring in the cut stone, or bring in the stone and the furniture, and we have plenty of that, both of those in stockpile. And honestly, in the short term, we got enough stockpiled up that I'm not worried about running out of Sithilon ore in the meantime. In fact, the taxes pay enough to keep up the upkeep. Okay, the enlarged export depot here is done. We are going to be exporting Sithilon. I really don't need to store very much. I'm going to set it at a quarter. It's a big warehouse, so that'll be fine. And then we'll have you grab straight from the warehouse. Again, set at a quarter. And this warehouse at every quarter, grab from it. Basically what we're telling you to do. There we go. Then we'll crank the workers up to max to get that export going quickly. And I'll put a price for in here. The price right now is actually really good. We've apparently got a price of 500 something. We're going to put a reserve price. Don't sell if it drops below 300. One more load of furniture to be delivered, and they'll get the mine going again. I've upgraded this warehouse. It's not fully upgraded. Let's fully upgrade it. And there we go. 381 new jobs. We're expecting to be about 50 odd jobber short, so let's let another 100 people into the town to start. To get us odd jobber positive, and then we'll work on improving the housing in the local area. The services, because obviously bringing another 200 or so people into the local area is going to require more services and housing. Demand. Well, I bid you greeting to the fools of Alis, the rulers, the ruler of rulers, blah, what a joke you are. Pathetic. Okay, so, Okay, let's pause. Whom are you? This is a demand from the great nation of Suwilava. Now, who is Suluva? The tiny little one province miner. You want me to pay you... What was that? 7 mil? As your demand? I'll buy your entire country for 3. This faction of the agreement does not no longer exist. Yep. You're asking for too much. Asking for way too much. Oh, and I need to remember to get rid of the populations in here that we don't want, at least not until we get the police station system going. I need a little bit more knowledge going before we can do that. And same here. Open before we forgot to do the bit of fire there. Okay, try something like that for some housing. Yeah, probably tempting to actually grab another 50 workers. So we'll go up to 3,950. Help with the carving out of the housing in the area. Well, I probably do want the army to continue growing. So let's create another unit of 200 guys. No real training. Just get the number bigger to suppress the slaves. I don't think it might not necessarily be entirely army size, it might technically be garrison strength. So technically giving them more equipment or training them more would probably be better than just making it bigger. But it's fairly easy to train a large portion of the population slowly into a portion of the militia, then give them fancy stuff. I just brought 50 people in, and I'm not showing any new odd jobbers. Okay, bring another 50 in. We'll go up to 4,000. And we got some odd jobbers. Oh, and some of the earlier trading partners have come in and already dumpstered their value below 300. I might be overproducing Sithilon, to be fair. Or, well, actually, we just also exported a large chunk, right? So we'll see if that price stays stable. I might be trying to push too much of that out the door. In the meantime, revenue is up. 16K. 140, okay. That was our first major export. Yeah, so pink here is tax. So first major exports after trade reestablished. Going down as everything else is tuning down, but the Sithilon comes on. We'll see how well the Sithilon value holds up. And obviously, I was about to say, obviously I have a housing issue over here, but apparently that's not my housing problem. Apparently I have everyone housed. I was expecting to have a housing problem. I was expecting to have a problem, and I don't have one. Okay. Well, we'll have more housing over here for future stuff over here. Yeah, we put 200 more jobs in the area. I'm gonna bring another batch of basic amenities over anyway, so we'll grab another hearth. Another well. people don't have to go too far away from the work site for somewhat valuable services. Another speaker. Give them a dedicated toilet for that industry. Okay. Let me change how I'm doing that a little bit differently. Smart remove. Don't put that door in there. And then carve a way out for that side of the bathroom. Okay, so we got ourselves hearth, speaker, well, and a latrine for the guys to use the facilities in the local area. And then we are, yeah, we're kissing the drop and blow 1 status, so it is time to distribute more food. So we're gonna go from 1 serving to 1.5. So we're gonna go through food a lot faster doing that, but we also happen to have pretty high food supplies, so it's not an immediate concern. And that should help with health. There we go. Yeah, at least in the short run, I may be over-exporting the capacity, the buying capacity of the world to our Sithilon. Okay, one of our governors has died. Replace the governor. Nope, you're supposed to be grabbing Sithilon. Okay, 20 more emissaries. Let's pop out. How many of those diplo points have we got access to? Again, we probably want to get this guy. This is 2,000 or 250,000 more people to export to. We'd really like to gain access to that market if we can. So, to the court. I have 22 available emissary points. Just invest that in flattery. So it should be 0.41 jump. If you divide by 2, or actually multiply by 0.41, not going to be enough. I think that probably isn't going to be enough. Although we can keep trying. Oh, and we're negative a cut stone. Are we having a problem with the cut stone production? Or did demand just jump? Ah, okay, so the administration doesn't increase to account for the more workers. That's what's happened. So we're getting a smaller bonus over there. Still probably means we want more, because that means we're within sort of 10% of product. Let's move 1 more carpenter. Yeah, we're going to move 1 more carpenter, and then after that I'm going to have to start doing pretty heavy transporting. Oh, that's the paper maker. You don't want to move the paper maker. The rest of the paper makers across the river, right? That's them over here. In fact, I might just want more paper makers as well. Okay. grab 2 paper makers. Let's copy and paste the paper maker twice. And that's going to be, well, we're going to delete the one on the other side. We're going to move the warehouse to the other side. Because I think I got a warehouse over here dedicated to paper warehousing. Oh, that's the old furniture warehouse. Oh, which also does paper. That makes sense. That makes sense. Obviously it's not doing the carpentry anymore. What were I building the paper for? I thought it was you. What was eating paper before? Something cost paper. Oh! Oh, it's the old, do libraries that cost paper? Because it was upkeep on something. Oh, embassies have paper upkeep. Okay, so if it's upkeep, I don't need to keep the warehouse. And delete the warehouse once we have the paper maker in. Yeah, let's bring another 50 people in to work these jobs. So some of the some of the recruit 50 people. Why does it not feel like I'm getting odd jobbers? Actually, people going working in the administration. And then out on the world map, is our northern border recovered? Not enough yet. If I can get enough fortification on the north, I don't need to bother to fortify you. And I do want to follow up on the value of the Sithilon exports, because we set a price that it won't drop below 300. But we want to make sure it's also still moving. Okay, yeah. Might be overproducing the one. I might have to pull some people off of there just to not massively oversupply. In which case, we'll probably be pulling them off to work. Cutting stone. Is the next industry will probably overproduce. Nope, we're on job or negative again. Let's bring another 50 in. And then maybe do a check to make sure I've got housing. You're hard to solve, so I'm just not going to try. You're a little bit more solvable. Although you might be transient. We'll start solving that one by building what is the next hallway worth of buildings here. Oh, you're having housing issues. Okay, so I need to extend. Ah, I was in the middle of building my smithies for armor and swords. I probably want one of these making swords. The third one, if I copy and paste the way I think it did, is going to be... Yeah, let's swap the U to swords. Cover the sword deficit, and then the third one will give us armor. Let's see how that works with the housing in the local area. It's gonna take a while to carve out, of course. Well, how does it look if I put you over here? Ah, that should work as well. Okay, let's add a batch on that side as well. Okay, break up the square and replace it with a little bit of round. Successfully. One of those little braggery little bits that makes the people like the area just that little bit more. Okay. In the meantime, we've had more jobs come online. It's the paper maker. Okay, those paper makers are coming in, so we're gonna want to do a quick delete a view, replace. And then that's still 50 more jobs, so we're still gonna bring another 50 people in. 4150. And if you want much more than that, I just gotta do even more stone cutting, at which point I probably need another stone warehouse, cut stone warehouse. Anyway, given the fact the game's saying, oh, you're like negative 80 housing, most of the people are housed, and it's just the odd worker in a couple places that are not housed. So yeah, the laboratory is not being housed, and then we're building more up there. Okay. Whoops, whoops, nope, 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 not that. That's not what we want. Okay, I can fix this. It's a copy area, not smart remove. Copy. Put you back in. And I wanted to build another one over here. Very different commands. Yes, very different commands. Should be easy enough to put back together with people. There's free people in the local area to do it. Bring another 50 in. Recut stone positive. Yeah, I'd like to be more positive than that. What are we getting out of a mason at the moment? We're getting one per worker. Okay, a little over one per worker. So we're getting like 40. So I want a warehouse that's arguably bigger than you. Yeah, I think it's time to design a bigger warehouse. Or a bigger workhouse for the masons. Is this the only warehouse where I'm storing cut stone? Yeah, it looks like it. And it stores 4.5k and a decent amount of stone as well. It's 5k storage of stone. So I probably want to grab another one of you. Yeah, I'm going to build it down here. Actually, first, where does our janitors go up to? Is it time for me to build a whole new neighborhood? Yeah, if I want to keep going south, I need to build another neighborhood. Yeah, if I want to keep going south there, I need to build another neighborhood. So that means the whole kit and caboodle probably wants to be copied and pasted down there. Is there an easy way to copy and paste a neighborhood? Center. Do I have an easy one to copy and paste? That won't be good because it's got no walls. Janitor, central warehouse, guard post, hearth, shrine. That's not too bad. Nah, I should probably just do a single manual copy of each of them and hopefully not miss any. Although this is probably the next best one, right? So we've got. Oh, if we do a box select on here, I can get the position as well. Okay. I suppose the only thing I'm missing with that is I don't have a hospital. Probably good enough. Okay, let's set this in planning. Title unlocked. We have enough insane people. Okay. Ah, I see why I didn't put you. Never mind. I just fill that hole in something else. The janitor. Nope, no, the janitor doesn't fit in that hole. Although I could probably block that door up. That door would be fine to be blocked. Sure. Yeah, that door would be fine to be blocked because we have a door in the top and the bottom. And then we need a central warehouse. Yeah, no, I'll just rely on pulling to it. Okay. So I just need my stone ones. We need one of you. Supporting industry, and then we probably do want some healthcare there, so let's grab a hospital. So, am I missing any of the services in here that we were going to want? Hearth check, speaker check, stage check. Fight pit's got a pretty large area, so we're probably covering it anyway. Food stall check. We don't have any taverns, don't have any bathhouses. Well check. No barbers, no massage parlors, but that's fine. No, and they aren't in the city anyway. Markets check, laboratory check, physician check. Skinning dipping is close enough to the river. We're gonna have some benches. I probably need to continue reminding myself to add more benches, but that's fine. Hospital check. Okay, so that's our service center. So let's activate that. Build all that. And then do I do one big? Yeah, let's do a bigger cut stone. Just double check, make sure that the stone price hasn't totally collapsed. No, the stone price is holding up, unlike the Sithilon ore price. Maybe you got a little overboard with Sithilon ore exports. Yeah, current price is below market camp. Okay. So what I might try to do initially here is instead of exporting my Sithilon ore, let's actually steal those workers for the new industry we're going to build. So we're going to drop down to 200 workers in Sithilon ore. We're going to let stockpile a bit, but I'm not going to have many people work over there. And we're going to make a big cut stone cutting area over here. So I want to make, basically, let's say, double the cut stone industry. So we're currently making 200 cut stone. We've got 180 jobs. Let's see if I can make a really large mason here that supports 200 jobs. Preferred workbench size is going to be something like you. Auxiliary bench, say down the middle like so. That too long. Yep, that's about right. Okay. So that could, in theory, just be tessellated just like that. Fairly easily. And then we do want to kind of make it round, so I'm going to kind of do an offset here to oval the building up a little bit. Okay. Not quite working the way I want. Okay. 144. What, I wanted like 180? Okay, I think we can make something that works, something like that. And I want to extend it a little bit up the top. And then that's going to be basically the building we're going to round up once I get the auxiliaries in and the supports in. Okay, so that's definitely a step in the right direction. Working with that, do that, that. We got a couple yellow tiles in the middle here. I do that, that covers the yellow ones. Okay, working our way out. Say we do that, that. Okay, I see what I screwed up in the structure. Just realized I wasn't making it quite symmetric the way I was thinking. Move that one, skew you up a bit. You want to go up farther than that? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay. Move those supports from out. The logic with that may make sense in a moment when I do the bit in the middle. Did I go too far? I might have gone too far. put 3 in the middle, so one of them is off 1. Do I want the bottom one or the top one in 1? That combo. I want that combo. Means these ones are too far down. It's an easy fix. And this helps to round the building up as well on the outside. So that's I'm on board with that for that reason. Oops. Gotta go there and there. Which means I need the upside. Okay. You need to move the whole thing up by 1. There we go. Okay. So I still need to get more auxiliary stations in. There obviously isn't enough. Okay, click there, click there, 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 there. Okay, so we need to get another 18% in. I'm going to start trying to round up the corners a little bit. Okay, so if we round the corners up like that, we have no yellow tiles, which is what we want to see. And the question is, then can I fill in, using the remaining space, the auxiliaries I need? To be fair, the building might not be round enough yet. We may build it and find it's not round. I'll be surprised if I build it and it's not round. Yeah, so we got a sort of dumbbell-shaped building. It's probably not round enough. I'm just going to say that. Probably not round enough to technically class as round. The corners probably are, but I think the faces are probably... The number 8 shaped building we have here probably is not gonna quite cut it to meet the requirements of is round. Less storage. Do one like you, and then the other corners. Same sort of spot. Put you. That gets us pretty close. There we go. Can I do you smaller? How small? Needs to be at least a 2-tile. Okay, so that works. That is a functional building. Let's put some doors in. Oops. One of these corners is not right. It's this corner that's not right. There we go. Doors up in the top half. Doors. So, should be easy to get in and out from multiple different angles. Let's get that building. And then that's 100 jobs, so I should get some more housing in the local area. Easy enough to do a copy area. Maybe built it a little close to the existing furniture making. Fair, I'm probably going to need an extra batch of food stalls and markets in here, so let's copy paste those over. So, make use of that empty space, and let's get this building. Okay, everyone's housed. There's complaints because you can't mix housing, so it's like, oh, there's negative 120 empty spaces. It's plenty of space. Well, there won't be, obviously, once we get down here, there won't be, but based on where people currently are, the housing's fine. Anyway, we turn the Sithilon ore mine down. I'm going to see if this stabilizes or if I need to turn shipping down even more. Or production down even more. Billy Worm, submit demands or there will be dire consequences. So this is the Enclave of Craft. We go out to Craft. Not going to deal with your demand for the moment. You Craft. No, you're Connings. You're Craft. How valuable is your entire realm? 12.8 million. A bit expensive for what you are. Just a bit expensive for what you are. So what's kind of going on here as time goes on, the positive effects of the treaty are wearing off. And they are getting grumpy. Because it's opinion or rivalry, or opinion minus rivalry is whether they'll do that, and they'll start doing that when they go into the negatives. So it would be expensive to get rid of him. How much am I losing in... So we're losing like 100 something, almost 200,000 a day due to inflation. I'm going to make this problem disappear using the power of money. And the problem's gone. Goodbye, problem. Okay, so the target's 2,000, because the place is surprisingly high moisture. Of course, the place is going to be unstable and unhappy until population grows in. How goes our army? Deployable. Do we start deploying our army over that direction to deal with the what is prone to likely be unrest in the area? I'll make that decision over the break. I was going to let this build out, but we got blackmailed by someone who doesn't even have the money to, like, oh yeah, we're gonna pay 7 million for nothing in exchange. We pay 14 million to buy out their entire country. We bought the entire country. Obviously we're gonna be a little more cash strapped, but of course, line goes up, so the line will just go back up. If you're watching on YouTube, we are going to be continuing this. I was going to let this district build, but we're 7 minutes over the hour here. It's time for a part break. We're going to finish making this district up. We're going to get the stone being exported again. Or the cut stone being exported again. Hopefully that'll help with making money go up. Apparently we've hit the point where we're probably not really... Well, we've got it there waiting for export, but we're not just crashing the price on... Sithilon ore. So I'll have to be paying attention to where the price goes, the stockpile goes. I might try to turn down production more to diversify the exports. But if you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. We'll build out the stone, figure out what we're building out next. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here so I can get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, and then we'll be back to record another one. Probably after the ads are gone, because I'll probably turn the ads out of the way on Twitch. So until next time, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Get you all in the next part and/or stream, and bye for now.